Okay, so welcome back to part two of this series where I am building a multi-agent AI debate club. Now, when I first built my AI debate club, it was simple. There were only like two agents and they were arguing back and forth. And there was a moderator agent which is going to judge them. And all of this was, all offline and local. I was also hosting the LLM locally on my computer. But now, like, I have revamped the entire project structure. I am hosting this on Hugging Face Spaces. So, anyone can access this and, give it a run if they want. In addition, I'm also going to be using Grok's LLM through their API, and it's basically free and it's also very fast. So now, in addition to those changes, this project has started to evolve into something much more fascinating. These two agents, they don't just simply argue, they research, they also lie by omission. They remember every move the opponent made. Basically, they are about to get smarter than what they are currently. Now, so this is part two of building an AI system that debates like a human. So they are going to be biased, strategic, and relentless. Now, watch this demo. I'm going to give it a generic title or topic to debate on. I've also added the character capability or a persona which that agent is going to act like. So the pro agent is going to be Donald Trump and the con agent is going to be Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. So let's just start this debate and see how the debate goes. Okay, so Donald Trump has made his statement. Okay, now The Rock has made his statement. If you see closely, that like the way they are saying things is how that person would say it in real life. Like this is how Donald Trump would make his statements, It's like, and then when we see The Rock, similarly. So now there is something different here in this workflow. Each statement, each agent before speaking, they run a research phase. They search the web, find supporting evidence, and they build a case. So not just from logic, but from curated facts. Then, when the other side speaks, it doesn't just rebut. It fact checks. It's going to be checking if there's anything wrong with what they're saying. As we see here, Dwayne The Rock, we can see a link that the agent came up with after searching the internet, which is kind of wrong because you don't want to just spin out a link when you are making during a debate. You'd need to reformat it, get the content, and then cite the place where you get it from. So we're going to work on this, but I just need you to see how they are finding their evidences, how they are making their statements and claims. Now, the magic of all of this new feature lies in this file, the web research file. Now, again, I'm going to be linking the GitHub repo to this project so you can go ahead and look at it. I'm just going to be giving you the overview in these videos. Each agent gets its own researcher that takes the topic stance, the persona, and it's going to be generating a smart search queries using the LLM. They're going to be then searching using DuckDuckGo, and then they're going to be ranking the results they get from the internet based on rhetorical usefulness, which is going to be based on the debate and the statements or the basically the current debate. And then they're going to be returning a numbered citation list of all of the evidences they get. Now, what you need to see here is this generate queries function. The queries are also generated by the LLM itself. So it's going to be tailored by the mode, as we see here, this mode property. It's two. There is support, and also there's going to be attack, which is basically attacking the idea of the opponent. And if the LLM fails to, make statements or come up with queries, there's going to be fallback, 3 fallback prompts or queries. So it's basically simple one, benefits of the topic, and then it's going to be topic, positive outcomes, meta-analysis. So these are base fallbacks. If the LLM doesn't come up with any, then we're going to be invoking the LLM, getting the text, and then putting it in a good format. That's going to be easy to do this. And then once the other you see here is the build citations function. What this does is it formats everything into clean citations. It's going to make it perfect for injecting into prompts without blowing the token budget, without like overwhelming the context window of our LLM. We all know that, just dumping a corpus of text into the LLM is not going to be an efficient way of building agents, especially those which are going to be distinct in the things they do. We need to make it clear. Now, prior to the previous part of this video, I said that I was using a local model. Now I have switched to Grok's API. It's very fast, it's free, so it's very we're going to get a real-time debate flow. There's going to be instant research. We don't need to be waiting. And on top of this, anyone can run this project and check it out on themselves, because it's going to be on Hugging Face basis too. And the UI, my first attempt to building the UI was Gradio, but the problem I noticed was Gradio just has a generic chatbot interface, and it was very it didn't seem clean for the purpose I was building this project for. So I switched over to Streamlit. It was very, Streamlit was good. It was fast, it was clean, it was easy to control. So it's going to show us who's speaking. So we see here, it's going to be showing us who's speaking. It's going to give us what they are citing, and how it's simple. It's a good way of seeing how the debate is flowing or evolving. Now, the next step to this project is I'm going to be adding long-term memory for each agent. There's going to be context persistence. Right now, the agents, they're just basically remembering the last argument. They're not having a semantic understanding of the entire debate. They are not building a knowledge base of what the opponent has claimed, what the statements that they have made in the past rounds. So it's during each round, they're kind of starting off fresh. They're only the only context they have is the last round statement made by the opposing side. So I'm going to be working on that. I am going to be adding, as I've said, long-term memory. It's going to be much more efficient. It's going to be very realistic. There's going to be a memory bank. They're going to be storing key claims, and we're going to make sure that they're storing it in a structured format. There's going to be a claim, the agent who made this, basically also a timestamp. There's also going to be a retrieval augmented reasoning, or basically RAG. So the opponent, we're going to give the agent the capability to look back and be like, wait, the opposing side claimed this during this round, but now they are against it. and this is wrong. So it's going to be much more realistic in that aspect. So adding all of this to give you a situation where this all is going to be useful is, let's imagine a scenario where the pro agent says AI improves education. Now, and then 2 rounds later, the cone is going to respond, but you ignore the study from Stanford that showed increased destruction. So, you see, that's not just arguing, that's strategic recall, like a human expert would. We're not going to be forgetting what the opposing side said. We're going to be giving them the capability to look back and be like, no, you claimed this. Why are you refuting it? You missed this point. So this is how a real life debate would flow. We're going to be achieving this. So you might be asking why this matters, the whole idea of simulating a human-like debate. First of all, most AI systems are polite, they are neutral, and they are, forgetful. But real debates aren't like that. In politics, law, policy, people remember every mistake the opposing side makes. They are going to be cherry picking evidence that, it's going to support their claim. They're going to be attacking weak points. They are going to be framing evidences and claims to their side, and they're going to be skewing the reality, or they're going to be skewing the claim the opposing side makes to make them seem as if they're wrong. They're going to refuse to let go of bad arguments. And so by building these behaviors into my agents, I'm not just making them smarter, I'm making them more realistic. And that's going to help us understand how AI can manipulate, how bias spreads, and how to basically build better fact checkers too. So if you want to run this yourself, I will drop the Hugging Space link in the description. I'll also be putting in the GitHub link so you can see the code in depth. Okay, so if you learned something from this series, make sure to like and subscribe. I will be making the third part of this series very soon, in this probably coming week. I'll be adding real memory and watch them become unstoppable. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next part.